Nick, 4-0 home defeat at Matlock. Not a good day. How do you sum that up?
Summed it up and I said to the lads, you're going to have bad days, but you can't play football without any passion or pride. And I don't think there was much passion or pride shown by our lot. Yeah, for 20 minutes we was okay. But then they were niggling at each other. We didn't seem to perform. We didn't pass it quick enough. We was hesitant. And we got what we deserved, nothing.
Yeah, there's a lot of fragility about the team as well today, wasn't there?
Yeah, I don't know. It's end of the season. I didn't end the season mode, but they better not be, because obviously I've not discussed contracts with anyone if they want to stay at this football club. Are they in cup final mode? Don't know. Do they not want to look after themselves? But I've said to the lads, I don't care about the final now. You know, today's performance gives me a lot to think about. Very rare do I make 3 subs at half time, and that's something I did today, and I could have made more than 3 subs at half time. And then when the third goal goes in, you think, you know, you could see people bickering and moaning. I don't want that. We have 5 sides and they zip it about, they have fun, they enjoy the training, and then they come out here and show a performance like that, what just lacks everything.
Yeah, can you put your finger on what it is, or do you think it's just a lack of passion?
I think if you look at, you know, when we was in that position 3 years ago, you're wanting team fight, and I wouldn't, like I said, it's like a passion, it is harsh, but you've got to get motivated for football matches, even if you can't, you know, finish in the playoffs, but you want to finish as high as you can. You want some pride. You play for Hyde United, the supporters are still paying money to come and watch you. You know, how would the lads like it if last season we're near the playoffs and the fans suddenly said in March, April, I can't be bothered anymore. So that's a disappointing thing. They've got to play every minute to put a Hyde shirt on. If they don't want to play for themselves or teammates, they've got to play for the fans. Yeah,
I was going to say, there's a lot of fans did stay behind, cut me off, but there is a lot of grumbling as well. I mean, can you understand that?
I can understand that's expected this season, you know, after 2 great seasons. I said at the beginning this was going to be a rebuilding season. Home form's been poor. A lot of the same old stories where we played really well, not put teams to bed, teams have punished us, and today that's exactly what they did. You know, Matlock was ruthless. They came with a game plan, you know, they respected us, and then scored the goal, and they were very difficult to break down, and they're fighting for their lives like a lot of teams down the bottom, and they totally got what they come and got, and they deserved it. But I didn't like the way we gave up and lay down.
Yeah, do you think, you mentioned about rebuilding, do you think you have to rebuild again now?
We'll have to look at that, you know, the season budgets will decide that. Players, my choice, you know, it's very difficult. You know, if you can't go, if you look at them, they rebuilt their side twice this year, don't they, with a massive budget. The striker's probably the best striker in the league, but they've had to go and pay for him. I'll have to have a look. I've got faith in the young lads in there. It's not a poor team overnight, but it's, where's the leaders? You know, we're okay when we're playing well and knocking it about, and we're 1 up or 2 up. I question that group in there, you know, when times get tough, there's only a few roll-up sleeves, a few wilter. So yeah, we'll have to look at recruitment, but as I just said before, budgets in this league, some have big budgets, some have middle low, some have low budget. Unfortunately we're on the lower side of that. And sometimes you go with players you know and players you trust.
Young Frankie Sinfield today, is that an injury concern, or?
Frankie's had a family bereavement, it's hit him quite hard, you know, and the funeral was only this past week, so I decided to, you know, Frankie's a young boy, stay with his family, and then we'll take him back in the squad on Tuesday.
And obviously Callum went off, it looked quite a bad one. Was it the kick on the ankle again?
Just knocking his shin, shin to shin, and the third goal went in, so, you know, you're looking one eye on Tuesday night and you get Redders off and Callum off. Maybe before the game, did a look at Tuesday, should I have done, and give other people something to prove them and out, but then there's been what we use there today. We've used all 16 players, and like you just said, I've got a decision to make on Tuesday night.
Yeah, on to Tuesday, I mean, it puts a lot of emphasis on that now, doesn't it?
It does, because you want the fans to be cheering for something, you know. I pride myself, since I've been at the football club, you know, we stayed up when it was cup final, we round the playoffs, and then last year the fans loved the cup final, they loved winning the cup final, and hopefully on Tuesday we've got something to cheer about.